Welcome to Ami's Punjabi Cooking USA. Today we're going to make rib pilaf, which is ribs and rice together. It's a kind of biryani also, but that's cooked a little bit differently. I bought ribs. This is shoulder because you can get to thin ribs also, but I got shoulder because there's more meat on it. So I like more meat, which I will cut later. I'm going to just show you the ingredients. This is 3 tablespoons of onion masala. It's just onion roasted. You go to my video and you can see how I roast onions and freeze them. I took it out of the freezer and I added 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use whichever oil you like. Then these are the other ingredients that go with it. So a couple of bay leaves, a mixture of ginger and garlic. It's not paste, it's very finely crushed. 1 cup of crushed tomato. Now if you use fresh tomato, please cut it very fine so it gives you good gravy. 1 cardimom, whole cardimom. I broke it up so it gives good flavor. I took the seeds out, which you don't eat. A couple of sticks of cinnamon, few cloves, salt, obviously you put to taste. I'm going to put about 3 teaspoons because it's a lot of meat. It's 2 pounds of meat, and I'm going to add 2 cups of basmati rice in it. You can use any rice, but I prefer basmati. It has a very nice flavor and it comes long. And 1 1/4 teaspoon of haldi, turmeric. You can use 1 teaspoon. I always use a little extra because it's good for you and it gives very good color. 1 teaspoon of jeera, which is cumin. Now this is a 1.5 teaspoons of mixed pilaf masala. Now this you can get many brands you get in Indian stores, which is a mixture of all these things that I have here. So this is, you get it ready-made and it just enhances this flavor a little bit. If you don't want to use it, which is optional because you have all these things here anyway. So now I've put this on very low because I'm going to cut the meat first. So we'll cut it fine and leave the bone in and we'll see how it comes. Okay, as you see, I've cut the meat away from the bones and I keep the bone in also because it gives good flavor. So there's some big bones and obviously you don't need very big ones. So when you're eating it, so you get nice little chunks of meat, and meat is really good. I took out the marble, the flat from here. So now the masala is being done. This is, as I said, my masala. You can go to my video where it says how to make masala. Now I put it on very low heat because while I was cutting it, so this is done now. Now I'm going to add the bay leaves, the cinnamon, a few cloves, and the cardamom. So just cook it for about a minute so it gets the flavor into it. Okay, and while you're doing this, also remember to subscribe to my channel and click the like button if you like it. I'm sure when you make it, you'll like it. All right, this is like about half a minute. It's giving nice flavor. Now I'm going to add the ginger and the garlic. You have to cut it very finely. And as I always remind you, do not cook the ginger and the garlic too much. It gets very tangy and a little bit on the bitter side. So you just need to heat it. I'll put the heat a little bit higher. It's like medium now on electric, number 4. Now I will add the salt, turmeric, haldi, jeera, the cumin, and the biryani masala, the pilaf masala, which is optional but gives very good flavor. Enhances the flavor of all the things that I already added. And the color is really nice now. Put the heat high up a little bit more because I'm going to add the tomato, which needs to cook. And I think I said 1 cup of crushed tomato. Mine is from a can. You can use either can or fresh. And if you use can, my favorite is, I'm not advertising anybody, but my favorite is red pack because it doesn't have that vinegary taste in it. It's really good and gives good gravy. Okay. Now, heat is high. This tomato has to cook, but it will take only a minute. Now the steam is gone and I think you can see it now. The color is really good. Just a few more seconds. It's smelling really good. And the color is very nice. Now when you see that the oil is coming separate, you can see the oil is separate. That means the tomatoes, all the masalas are really cooked. You can see the oil is here, here, here. So now I'll add the meat in it. Oh, did I tell you it was like about 2 pounds of meat? Alright, now you have to cook it for at least 20 minutes. Really roast it so the flavors really go in. So about 20 minutes. Okay, I've been cooking it for about 5 minutes and it's getting done very nicely. The oil is coming separate, but meat takes a little bit longer to get tender. So I'm going to cook it about 5 more minutes before I add the rice. Meanwhile, I had washed the rice and soaked it in water, which I'm going to add to the pan when the meat is almost 80% done, because the 20% will be done with the rice. So I'm going to cook it about 5 to 7 more minutes. Okay, I've been cooking it for 5 more minutes. I want you to look in the pan, see how the oil is coming separate. That tells you the masalas are cooked, the meat is cooked. The meat is underdone by about 20%. Now when I add the rice, I've been cooking it on medium-low heat and stirring it. Now, you see it's catching a little bit at the bottom. It's not to worry. I'm going to add a couple of spoons of water. Water that I'm going to add in the rice, but just to clean the bottom of the pan. And you see how nice these pieces are. When you eat your pilau, you're going to get very nice succulent pieces of meat in every bite. They're going to melt in your mouth. Really, really good. Alright, the bottom of the pan is clean and it's really roasted well. Now, as I said, the 20% that meat is underdone, it'll be done with the rice. I am going to add the rice, 2 cups of rice. You know, usually when you make rice, you add double the amount of water. But in this one, I'm going to not put 4 cups because the rice was 2 cups. I'm going to add 3 1/4 and maybe more extra couple of tablespoons, because there's already a little bit of gravy in here, which will make it up to the double water. Looking really good. Now some people make it really dry, but I like it a little bit on the gooey side. And all you need with this is really yogurt and my homemade chutney. And again, you can go to my chutney and dhania to see how I freeze the chutney. And for tonight, I already took it out of the freezer. All right, we're going to add the rest of the water. Stir it, mix it so the meat and the rice is all together and the pan is clean on the sides, or the masala is in. Turn the heat up a little bit, 1 step more than the medium, not too high. Look at the color, how beautiful the color is. And I think it's going to take about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes for the rice to get done. I'll tell you exactly how long it takes. Okay, this has been boiling for about 15-17 minutes. I'm going to switch it off now. And in between, I stirred it twice just to see how it was doing. So let's see, the rice is done and it's looking really good. As I said earlier, I like my pilau a little bit on the wet side. Now if you want it really dry and each grain of rice separate, add half a cup of water less than what I did. I did 3.5 cups. You can add 3 and it'll be drier. But I like it a little wet. The meat is really nicely done. And you can see the pieces of meat when you eat it is so succulent, and the rice is done, and the ribs are really done also. Okay, see how beautiful it is looking. And did I tell you I had covered it as soon as I put the rice and the water in? I had cooked it covered, except that twice that I opened it to check it, and it was doing really well. Now the best way to eat this pilau is with my homemade yogurt, plain homemade yogurt, and my homemade chutney. This is a coriander chutney. Now I hope you try yours, and subscribe to my channel, and click the like button, and let us know how yours come out.